Hello beautiful beings, and welcome back to the realm of inspiration. In today's video we are going to be doing a channeling all about the mountains. I am Castelia Nova Theo and I am the Elfian Realm Communicator, and today I will be channeling the Earthian Elfian Elementals to help us understand the magical mountains. To understand their spiritual significance, they bring forth strength and stability and so much more. So what is the mountains message for us all? How can they be of a symbol and metaphor to us all in our spiritual journey? What is their message? So I'm going to be channeling the Earthian Elfian Elemental Elder to help us gain a better understanding about the mountains, their spiritual significance, their importance, and all the magic related to the mountains. As you can see, I have a mountain behind me. I actually don't quite know the full name of what mountain and mountains those are, but it is mountains in the kind of more south Attica region of Athens, more towards Sunion. So if that gives any reference about the mountains around me now. They're all over the place where I am at. So let's call forth the Earthian Elfian Elemental Elder, and I can even see, looking through another window in front of me, the mountains, and what I'm like feeling is this sense of stability, this sense of grounding, this sense of overall understanding of the stillness that can come with standing in our power. So it's what I'm feeling from them in general, as like with clair-empathicness and clairaudience. So with bringing forth the channeling, we're going to see all the different energy, and the sun is shining bright behind me now as well. So calling on the Divine Feminine Earthian Elfian Elemental Elder to please step forth and guide us in understanding the mountains, finally. Okay. I've safely stepped back. May step forth. Hello, beautiful beings. I am the Divine Feminine Earthian Elfian Elemental Elder. So you want to know about the mountains and their magic and majesty. So here is what you need to know about their spiritual significance and importance. First, I'm going to invite you to allow stillness to wash over you. Allow all the thoughts to wash away. Just take a moment to take a few deep breaths and kind of relax yourself and fix your posture. Sit up tall, relax your shoulders, relax your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Just feel that stillness. Take a few deep breaths. And as you're doing so, kind of move your hands up and down, creating almost like a mountain wave shape. Like you're conducting an orchestra, but it is an orchestra of serenity washing over you. This feeling of the quiet, of the present, of the knowing of oneself and what oneself needs, to feel at ease. That is the energy of the mountains in feeling. The mountains themselves, like the forests, are the heart of Mother Nature. The rivers are transmuters of the earth. The mountains are cleansers of the earth in their own way. And I believe about a year ago in human time, our communicator sat with some mountains around her and spoke on the cleansers of the earth and channeled elementals to give insight onto the cleansers of the earth, the cats, the snakes, the owls, the Himalayan salts, the sea salts, and the mountains are, in a way, cleansers of the earth. They are cleansed earth. Their altitude and their frequency up tippy top on their peak is of more purity, and it's more untouched. There's a lot of snow on mountain tops and peaks, not this particular mountain behind, but bigger mountain ranges, bigger ones, and in comparison to some mountains right here, it could be considered a hill, but it is a mountain. So the mountain energy has the frost energy of peace at its tippy top point. The frost energy is often referred to as the fifth element, and the frost energy is bringing forth the need to relax. So that's something that the mountains bring. They're more of a purification, a purifier of the earth, as it were, than a cleanser, but also Himalayan salt is more of a purifier and still considered a cleanser of the earth. So the mountains in and of themselves bring forth this purification and this cleansing energy and have an alignment within them to help with the alignment of oneself to oneself's peak. So your peak would be your fifth dimensional chakras. So you're peaking above. If you really visualize the fifth dimensional chakras above you, you could kind of see that it's almost like they point to the top. So they start with a crown and it goes up to the causal, casual / stellar star gateway, up to the galactic gateway, up to the universal, and then to the divine. And when it gets to the divine gateway, it peaks. And it is this pure, iridescent, snowy color that it peaks and goes all the way down and around to your Earth star, where it's almost like you are in a dewdrop, a diamond, where you're rounded at the bottom, your energy is rounded at the bottom and peaks at the top. You need more of that grounding, that base, that stability. Mountains can bring, of course, too, but you and of yourself and in your energy and in your aura as humans, you have that base, that's the start of the dewdrop. And as you go up, 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 it peaks because you are in your strength and your power. You are elevated and connecting more. So it's this diamond shape, because the more that you open your awareness and you start expanding and connecting, you have this one stream flow to create the stream of consciousness of your source and creator of all. So it is, in a way, almost like a mountain. You know, the mountain has that strong foundation, that strong base, and as it goes up, 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 it peaks and almost touches the sky. And that is you, when you go all the way up to connecting with your divine gateway and you are almost touching the divine realm, rather. So divine light and love, the archangels and angels, connecting to your highest self. So you have to have that strong base, the strong bottom, like the bottom of a mountain. That grounding is important, and that stability and strength is what the mountains can bring in their cleansing nature. Really very powerful for assisting the Earth Star chakra. And it goes up, 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 and why, you know, they peak at the top, they get smaller and smaller and smaller at the top, because as you make your way up to connection with the divine, you must let go of a lot of the things of the materialistic world, a lot of the things, as you make your way up, up, up to the top of connecting to your highest self and the divine. But you have to have that base, that grounding, that stability to help you get there. Once you get up there, it's this oneness that you feel, this one stream, one line, one focus, oneness, unity, as you make your way up to the top to connect to the divine. So there is a metaphor in that, and that's kind of how the human energy works, is it's very true in the sense that when you start wanting to connect to the divine, there's a lot of things you have to let go of, but you must also have a good foundation, a strength, stability to ground yourself, because after you've grown up and connected, like you can't be up in a mountain for too long because of the pressure and the altitude can kind of cause a lack of oxygen. You don't want to be up at the peak, tippy top of the highest mountain for too long, because it can be kind of dangerous for the physical form. And then in that way, when you are connecting with your highest self while in the physical form, you don't want to get lost in that connection, that you forget to ground yourself in the physical reality and you kind of forget that you are in a body. So it can be dangerous for the physical body if you are constantly seeking out-of-body experiences and not allowing yourself to live in your body, so that balance, that lesson is also there. And that's the first and primary thing I wanted to speak to you all about, collective all. So that is an important thing to understand when you are seeking connection with the divine, that you have to also ground yourself to. So why are mountains cleansers of the earth, as well as purifiers of the earth and stabilizers of the earth? They have these three things, these three almost in a triangular shape, yeah, like, see, that make them what they are, make them what they are energetically. They have at like the tippy top is that purification energy, and then they have the stabilizing, and they have the cleansing nature, because you feel cleansed, and you feel stabilized, and you feel like you are able to kind of understand your truth and your strength when you are around mountains for a long period of time. You feel that purification as well. The more you breathe the air, the more you drink the water from the mountains. Water from the mountains carries a lot of powerful cleansing and purification energy, and can really help detox your body from anything that can cause blockages in understanding what brings you strength. So what is your innate strength? What is your inner strength? The water can help remove anything that blocks you from accessing your true strength, and blocks you from accessing your highest self, and blocks you from understanding your power, and bring this sort of stability. And the thing with stability is you think it's a strong thing, so it's going to be this overwhelming feeling of stability. But in actuality, stability is peace. It's peacefulness. It is, when your root chakra is feeling safe, it's feeling stable, you feel a sense of peace. There is no need for anxiety. There's no need for worry. And what often happens during those times of stability, where you are feeling that safety, and your root chakra and your earth star chakra are feeling aligned and balanced, is this sense of just bringing more calming into the space, this sense of the negative polarity wanting to come through and distract and kind of pull you away. But the difference is when you start feeling these anxieties and these worries after feeling that sense of true stability, it doesn't knock you off balance. Once you're really rooted and firm in your stability, you have this peacefulness that anything coming through that might try to knock you off balance, might try to blow you off course, you are strong and you are stable, and it does not affect you in a negative way. So it is very interesting that that energy that the mountains brings is that sense of stability, that you're not knocked off balance. You're not, your crown isn't knocked to the ground when bad things happen. You are able to stand in your truth and stand in who you are, and truly be your authentic self in every sense of the word. And your authenticity is not feeling fear, it's choosing love. And the mountains have this very loving energy. We refer to them as stabilizers of the earth. They bring this stabilizing, grounding energy that's really powerful, and they carry a lot of powerful potential for educating humanity on understanding how to connect to the highest self, and that balance of connecting to the divine and connecting outside of you with being grounded within you is a true metaphor and lesson of the mountains themselves. Within the mountains, there are, of course, they house animals, they house forests, they house rivers and streams. So they house cleansers of the earth. They house the hearts, the true heart core of Mother Nature, and the forests and the woods, and they house the rivers, the transmuters, and they house everything within them, as well as on the flat plain land, the plains. However, with the mountains, what makes it very different when they are housing rivers and streams, where they're housing animal life, where they're housing collections of trees and forests, is that because they have this different purification and stabilizing energy, because of just their shape is very significant, and their connection with the clouds and the sky, as well as also being firmly planted on the ground. It's that balance between connection with the heavens above and the earth below that they really represent, as above, so below, as within, so without. They are the symbol of that for humanity. Because of that, what is housed as, what energies are housed, whether it be forest, animal life, people, rivers, streams, whatever is housed in the mountains at any level of their layers, is experiencing different levels of that stability, of that cleansing, of that purification, of that grounding. And what's really different is it's almost as if it pulls you in. The mountain energy pulls you in. It's magical. You almost feel like you want to fall in to the mountains. They have this safety net. Oh, they feel like a safety net. When you're in a mountain and you see them all around you, there is this overwhelming feeling of a safety net. And they are this safety net for the earth, for nature, providing that safety. Safe energy of protection. as well. When you think about it, before humans were able to fly in planes, or before humans really wanted to trek across mountains, mountains were this protection. They were a barrier, they were a boundary, they were a borderline, and they still are. But before, humans were trekking over mountains and flying over mountains, they were a true barrier. They are also protective, and there is a protective nature in them. And when we look at the forests being the heartbeat of Mother Nature and the guardian angel of the earth, angelic Mother Gaia, there is a physical, earthly representation of the Heavenly Father, of the divine realm, the guardian of life. It would be the mountains. If you look at the mountains as being this representation of connection to the guardian of life. And what's very interesting is multiple different religions in humanity tend to, want to go to the highest peak, want to go to the highest points, because it is more connected to God. But here's the little elemental factor of it, an energetic factor. It is because the mountain energy in and of itself, it's unknowingly, the souls who made the decision to put places of religion on mountains, is that they are feeling this sense of protection, stability, cleansing, purification. It is the energy of the mountains that would be a manifestation of the guardian of life, of source, of creator. So it is a physical representation of that feeling of protectiveness, of safety, of stability, of cleansing, of purification, of the divine paternal nature found within the mountains. And when you look at the forests, or even like the streams, there is more of that divine maternal nature. It is all balanced, and the mountains carry that overarching, more divine paternal nature, but in general, that balancing of both the divine paternal and maternal, giving that nurturing nature to that safety net feeling, but also that protective feeling, which is bringing forth the balance, and is one of the greatest majesties of nature, because really the shapes and the way that it creates a different way for energy to flow really changes how the energy, how energetically things are existing, because of the shapes, of the peaks, of the ebbs and the flows and the ups and the downs. And it's almost like the earth mirroring what happens in the sea and in the ocean when the waves come and they go in they different shapes and ebb and flow and move and bow. And the earth, the dirt, the earth, the land mirrored that in a way when it comes to the mountains. So they have that stability and mirroring of the sea and of the ocean, of that ebbing and flowing of the waves, of that flow of life, they're reaching the peak and, going down and starting something new again, almost like, that circle and cycle of life, of where you go through different experiences in your ascension journey, in the same way that you would look at like how a wave is shaped and you ride the wave of life. Mountains are in that similar flow and that similar nature, both kind of representing that cycle of ascension and that cycle of life, where it's not really a circle and it's not a straight path. It is the ebbs and flows of a wave, whether that wave is in water or on land in the mountain form. That's kind of the best way to explain their spiritual significance and importance and power in general. And with the mountains, what they wish to give to the collective all at this time, the message that they wish to give. And I've been tuning in, trying to see what's coming forth, because they are a sacred space. So the guardians of sacred spaces are all around the mountains, because mountains are a very sacred space. Is they wish for humanity to know that at this time, whenever you are in times of uncertainty, to remember what grounds you, what roots you, and ask yourself, why are you uncertain? And oftentimes uncertainty comes when things are in the hands of somebody else and you have no control over it. And what's very beautiful from the mountains and what they wish to communicate is that the most beautiful times in life are when you're not in control of the way that things are going, when you are walking on a path or surfing a wave and all of a sudden there's this new addition, there's this new excitement, there's just something that happens that you couldn't have anticipated, but it's beautiful. So I mean, if you think about it, like if you're walking on a path and you're not expecting to see a butterfly flying past you, but it comes in that unexpected moment where there is an uncertainty. What is this flapping? What is this buzzing? What's going on? And you're kind of working yourself up about it. What could it be? And it just ends up being a beautiful butterfly. So think of that. Think of that when you walk on the path of life, the path of life that is mountains and hills and valleys, is waves and ebbs and flows in different ways. That the most beautiful times in life are when you are not in control of the outcome, or you're not in control, that allowing life to show you what it wants to show you, because you are, beings of life and meant to experience life, and sometimes life wants to show you how beautiful it can be, so you can remember how to be an active participant in your life, how to be present in your life, because so many beautiful things can happen, so many unexpected things can happen. So the uncertainty and the not knowing and the not being able to control is the most beautiful part of life, because you can't control when the mountain is going to peak. You can't control when the wave is going to crash. You can't control that. What you can do is be a part of the experience and embrace it. So the randomness or the unexpectedness or the things that life throws at you are showing you how beautiful the randomness of life can be, and how beautiful it is to not be controlling everything, and to experience that, that feeling of cleansing and purification, and then ultimately that stability and that safety, that flow that exists with the energy of the mountains and exists within your own life, is to allow yourself to accept the moments when you're not in control of things, and only, focus on what you can control, and then you might be pleasantly surprised at the things that can occur. But don't put a chokehold on nature. Don't put a chokehold on life. It is meant to exist as it is meant to exist. Every mountain, every unique crook and cranny and cave, it has its own story, has its own significance, even if it's small, even if it might take you a while to find it. And in life, even the small experiences can be most impactful in your life, and sometimes it might take you a while to find where you're trying to go. You kind of vaguely know, I want to find this cave, but how am I going to find it? Where am I going to go? And just walking the path and going with the ebbs and flows of life and the twists and turns, and embracing it makes it less stressful. But also then you'll end up enjoying the journey so much more. And it's about enjoying the journey. And with the mountains, a huge energy that they give off is to enjoy the journey, because the journey is what makes it beautiful. And you might end up where you wish to be, just in a different way. Life is funny, and you can't control it in the same way you can't control the mountains or the waves.